Click the wrong button. We are still here practicing. Might hear some noise in the background, so from time to time I might turn off the mic. Just so that we're not getting a lot of that background. There we go. Now it's facing towards me. Sometimes I push it down a little bit when I'm doing some other stuff. I've also got some cubes. I like solving Rubik's Cubes. So I do have my chat open, so if anybody wants to chat, we're just practice. This is practice. We're just doing it live. So practicing all sorts of fun stuff. So if you want to see anything, we can practice it to get like a live audience thing going. If you want to see some magic, if you want to see some cubes, if you just want to talk, that's what we're doing. We're having fun. We're trying to get used to doing the lives again. So we're just trying to be on air. You know, I can't just stop and then edit it out. No, this is live. Cube, Rubik's Cube. We also have a 2x2. That one's kind of interesting. Here we go. So back in the day, I came up with this idea for a live stream event. Nowadays, just doing like a segment or session called Cube Chat. So basically, I would go through and I would attempt to have conversations with people while solving a cube. So the fastest time that I have, and right now I'm definitely not there, was 1 minute and 44 seconds, something like that. So it was under 2 minutes. Here's how I like to do it, because I know there's a way that they do it in professional world. You get a good mix on the cube, and then what I do is I like to throw it up in the air, catch it, okay, and then whatever side I see is the side I solve. Now, you usually get 15 seconds to look at the cube. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I don't, but we're just kind of practicing here. So we're going to go ahead and solve for blue. There's 3 sides there. Last one's got to be right over here, so we will do this. First, you want to solve for the cross. As you can see there, blue cross. Then you want to solve for the corners. Basically looking at the corners and looking at what 2 colors you have there. And let's see. This way. There's 2 corners. Now for the third one. And the last one. So that gives us a full side. Oh, forgot to do the old spin around here. Let's take a look here. You want to make sure that your edges for the middle is lined up. Then you solve for the corners. I think all the corners are up here, so we need to move them to the other side. Don't do it like that. It's probably a bad idea. There we go. And then this one is the red and white. So yeah, so as you can tell, I'm not doing it too fast right now. I haven't solved the cube in a little while, but I can still remember how to do it. Okay, much better. Now we would have had that first row done already if I hadn't forgotten to do the middles. We flip it over. Now we solve for the centers. There is an algorithm that you can do to solve that at the same time. I haven't learned that one yet. So we just don't want green. That's the one we don't want, because green's the top. So we just want to solve for the centers. Still no chat. Still no chat. And that's the center. So now we have the first 2 rows done. Now we've got to do the top row. What we're looking for the top row is we want to have an L. We just did the cross, so perfect. Now what we do is we just turn it and we do the same thing that we did at the bottom, the step that I forgot, but now we do it for the top, so that we can line up the middles of the cross. So we basically skipped a step. Now we're going to solve for the corners. The first thing we want to do is we want to find any corner that's right, that's in the right spot, and it looks like this is the one. So we want that to be in the bottom right. Now we just look to make sure that all of them are where they should be. It looks like they're good. Now we go ahead and solve for x. It's an algorithm, algebra reference pun there. Now we just solve all the corners. And then, like magic, you'll actually see the cube if I've done it correctly, which looks like I have. Looks like I have done it correctly. One more should be good. And solved. That was pretty slow. I admit that was pretty slow. Yeah. A 3x3 cube. Now let's go with the 2x2. Yeah. So if you like solving cubes, maybe I'll do a tutorial on how to solve the cube, like more of a breakdown. There's still plenty of stuff on YouTube, so it's not like I'd be offering you a service. I'm not even the best, at solving them. This is a pretty decent cube from Duncan. Now let's see if we can solve the 2x2, if I can even remember how to do that. So basically this one you don't have the middle, so you have to just solve side by side. So the first thing I'll do is I'll look for the 2 here. We do the same algorithm that we do for that already pretty close to being done. Look at that. So we've already got the top there. Now we're looking for the full side. So we want to make sure that we've got something like that. And basically what that will look like is, if I've done this correctly, the orange is going to be the top. So those are going to be on the side. So you can see the white here and the yellow here is right. So you want to have the solid in the back. Now I have to remember how to do this algorithm, which I think I have forgotten. Some of this is muscle memory, but some of this is nope, it's gone. It is gone. Sometimes it just, you can intuitively solve the other sides, but for this particular thing, I think I'm definitely out of my depth. I'm not going to remember how to solve that off the top of my head. Maybe at some point I'll be able to pick it up and just that algorithm will pop in my head, but for right now it's out of there. Cards, back to cards. Anybody want to see a card trick? I'm just practicing some magic. I had 3 people, now I have 0. Let's get this out of the way so we can clear up the space that we have going on here. There we go. Now, well, hasn't caught up on there yet, but I'm looking at a delayed on Facebook. I'm looking at a delayed thing here. The illusion of success. Mistakes can happen. That's why we're practicing. What if we were to have a card selected like this? That's going to be the 10. Then if we're going to take that 10 and we're going to lose it somewhere in the pack, with a little flick like that, that card will jump to the top. There's that. I've got to be careful because looking face on, the reason I have my camera over here, and part of that is because I'm right-handed, so I do a lot of my stuff with my right hand. So if I'm going to practice, that's going to be where my not blind spot, that's going to be my flash zone, right? Because my hands are going to be positioned here, and everything's going to be happening on over here. So for instance, if I were going to do specific moves, what I'd want to do is I'd want to pivot over to this side, and then your card should be jumping back to the top. No, that's not your card? Okay. So what if we were to take that card and put it into the center? That's it. That's all we did. Is that your card? Not your card. Good. We're going to push that through, and that should have made a card pop out, but it didn't. So I guess we'll just have to bring it back to the top. So just be very... I don't know, we're just having fun. We're just kind of messing around, seeing what happens. The idea here is how many times can we shuffle the deck and still find the 10 of spades? Because that's the card we've designated for you. It's on top. Now, even if we were to take that card and put it into the center of the pack, yes, the center of the pack right here. Okay, that's still going to be in the center. Then all we got to do is just shuffle the pack. Okay. I know you're thinking it was fishy. Well, it was. So your card is now well and truly lost in the pack. Just kidding. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. We're going to lose it into the pack, and then it's going to find its way back to the top with one hand. Now we're going to place it into the center in the back. You can clearly see the cards coming out. We're going to cut it to the table. This is the part where I'd actually have you shuffle the cards. But since you're not here, that's okay. You would then hand me the cards back, and then I would, by magic, with one hand, cut the pack and have your card fly out of the deck. This is what is called the ambitious card. The ambitious card. For instance, what if we lost your card somewhere in the pack? Something like okay. I'm going to take your card here. Going to lose it into the pack. Now all we have to do is just slowly push that card in to the pack. Very nice. Now you could actually look through the entire deck, but you'll find that your card is actually in my pocket. That's where I keep it. So it's safe. I don't know. What do you expect? So now we're going to do it face up, so you can clearly see the moment that the card goes in to the pack. See what we did there? We actually put it, that'd be second from the bottom. Now all we have to do is we just have to cut the cards. See? It's on the bottom. Just by cutting the cards, it's still on the bottom. It's very nice. Now, what if we were to cut the cards like this, having one card, that's the 7, and that's going to be your card back on top. We're practicing. This time we're going to truly lose it into the center of the pack. Now we shall cut. That's the 7. Shouldn't be on the top. That's the ace. We're going to cut it again. Your card is truly gone. Now we're going to choose a completely different card. Yes. Tell me when to stop. Very good. It's magic. What can I say? Okay. So, that's some card magic for you. I hope you enjoyed. There was some really nice stuff in there, I think. If you like card magic, check out Doug Kahn. He's got some decent stuff. I always recommend the Magic Guys, Doug Kahn being one of them. Jason Marr, the magician. Street magician dude, if you're familiar with him on Instagram, TikTok stuff. Josh Norbito, some good stuff there. Card Mechanic. And if you're looking into getting into Magic, I definitely recommend having somebody on hand, like a Magic reviewer, like Magic Orthodoxy. And he'll also recommend some other people who do a fantastic job. If there's anything that you're thinking about adding to your repertoire, go ahead and just click it in there, the old YouTubes, and get a Magic review first. And that's where I'd recommend going. These are the mystical deck. Mystical. Picked them up at CVS. Yeah. Back to the one-handed thing here. We've been on for about 20 minutes because we did have a 3-minute thing there at the beginning. A little bit of a blip. We're going to go for about 20 minutes just to have a little bit of fun. See who jumps on. At some point, I'd like some interaction. See if somebody wants to hang out and chat. Maybe you don't want to see Magic. Maybe you want to see something else. Well, I got stuff. I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Maybe you just want to see what's going on today. Now, there's no possible way that the 10 is anywhere to be found, right? So now a simple cut of the deck multiple times, your 10 is gone. That's not your 10. No, he truly lost it this time. So there's a difference between, preparing and planning and doing all sorts of things like that. We're going to leave you with something here today. I believe I have a face-up card here in the pack. A couple of them, actually. Not sure how that happened. Ace of Spades. We're going to show you a magic trick with some cards. And then we're going to be finished up for the day unless you guys want to hang around and chat. The 1 or 2 people that keep jumping in and out. A nice little spread. We're going to have a card selected at random. Hopefully it's not the 10. I'm going to look away. Okay, back into the deck it goes. Now what we're going to do is we're going to mix up the pack. I won't know if this works until after I go to edit. Because there's nobody here. I mean, there's somebody watching now, but maybe you could tell me what your card is. But basically what happens is we've just mixed up the pack. What made me think about it is when I mixed up the cards, some of them were face up, face down. It's a pretty good idea of mixing up the cards. I don't know which one yours is because I didn't look. So it could be face up or face down. So what I have to do is I have to enact a little bit of finesse in order to find one card in between 2 aces. The 2 black aces, the ones that we just saw earlier. And this should be, well, it's not the 10 of spades, but it's the 10 of hearts. So hopefully I've just captivated your heart. I don't know. Hopefully that was your card. I really won't know until on the relaunch. If anybody's out there, it says 0 people, but if anybody's out there, maybe you can tell me if that was your card or not. I don't know. But that's it. We're going to hang out. We typically like to hang out for 5 minutes. If anybody wants to chat, just let me know. And there's that. I got to look up how to solve that cube again. I completely forgot. So yeah. We got one person on. We're in the Q&A section of this live practice. We just did some card tricks. I got somebody in here spying on me. Any questions, comments, concerns? Want to see some magic? I got a couple minutes left on here before I shut it down. Here's what we've been working on. I'm gonna have a card. You tell me when to stop. I'm gonna go with that one right there. Take a look at it. Okay. That card could be anywhere in the pack, but it's actually gonna be right here on top. I see you. See if we can get it. We had a decent one earlier when we were practicing it. I might have to actually look up to see how to do this because I don't really know. I assume the mechanics are pretty simple. So it's a tabled bridge. So you want to get as close to two equal piles as possible. This is just my watching people do it and getting the idea. Do your table shuffle, the table faro like that, as cleanly as possible. You're going to have one finger over here, or one hand on this side to catch this side, and then you're going to have the middle. You're going to want to have a finger down here, and then you're going to want to grab the two sides, and then with this hand you're going to want to pick up the bridge as cleanly as possible to get that arc in there, and then you're going to slowly release it until you can get a really clean bridge. One of my favorite, for whatever reason, one of my favorite bridges to do a nice little faro here would be is this one. You hold it like up to your chest height, and then you're going to just fold them in. Oof, that was a little slow. Let's see if we can reset that real quick. Oh, beautiful. As the kids say today, satisfying. Some ASMR. The spring. Hacha. If you want to learn just a simple fan, here's what I do. Two fingers in the front, thumb in the back. You kind of get a feel for it. Get pretty close here into your webbing. Maybe tilt it a little bit, and you're going to rotate. And that's just the basic idea with an index finger or with your thumb. And that gives you the basic idea. But then here's what I like to do is almost towards the corner, so that when I get in there, it will fan out like this. But then what I like to do is I actually like to loosen my fingers to let the center kind of part a little bit, and that makes the fan almost look full. Now the two things that I have been working on to see if I can get a cleaner. Let's close that a little bit. A cleaner thing is one is this one. Whew, that's rough. Gets caught on the fingers. Again, that's about where I'm pretty solid. I can finish it depending on the deck. You gotta have a newer deck, and I've been using these ones quite a while. So the objective for this one is to hold it like this, finger down here. You could even do it on a table. Maybe use your nail right in between the two here. Let it unfurl into a fan, kind of like that. The other one is with one hand. Again, I'm just practicing. Is holding it thumb on top like this, knuckle, have a closed finger, and then as you open it, you're going to rotate your hand around, and theoretically it's going to open the fan into a full hand. That one I'm not doing so hot with. And besides that, I really want to get better with my right hand doing the cuts. Like I said earlier, I can kind of go through the motions with them, but you can tell I've been doing the cuts with my left hand for a lot longer than what I've done with my right hand. Swing cut still gives me, or not the swing cut, that's a scissor cut. Scissor cut still gives me a little bit of trouble when it catches. Revolution. Nope, not the 10. I don't know, just playing around now. We got, okay, I think we've been here quite a while. Nobody wanted to chat with me. That's okay. Nobody interested about some card tricks, some coin tricks, cups and balls, Rubik's cubes. Just want to hang out and chat, type something down in the chat there. No new members from this. I offer tutorials on the channel for 99 cents a month. I teach stuff out of books. Oh, that wasn't terrible. I teach stuff out of the old Mark Wilson course in Magic, as well as Expert at the Card Table. Here's a good one. Here's a good one. 2 of Spades. Just a simple cut to the table, but yet your card pops right back to the top. Into the center it goes. But of course, with a snap of my fingers, it shall appear in my hand. Ha-cha! I don't know. I love Magic. I love just playing around and figuring stuff out and seeing how things go. And yeah. So if you have any questions, if you have any comments, just put it right down there. If the mic is good, because it's also about testing, live practice. We're also talking about the quality of the tech. How's the camera? How's the video? Is the video staggered? It tells me excellent connection, but I meticulously spent hours and hours of time trying to monitor this so that I know that the video is working properly. I know the mic is working okay. Sometimes I'm a little bit too close to it, so when if I'm talking here, it's okay, but then when I use the cards, it can be a little loud because the cards are right in front of it. So just anything that you want to drop down in the little chat box, I can see it right on screen, so I can respond to it. Usually it takes about 10 seconds. And yeah, anything, any comments, even criticism. There's no bad criticism here. I can improve so much stuff. That being considered, if there's anything that you think of that you want to just put down in the little chat box, or if you like what you see, you can always subscribe. Watch more stuff. I have almost 1,000 videos on the channel. If you're into Magic, I recommend Magic, other Magic channels. Just for the fun of it. Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Now it's time for the sign-off. Always remember, stay positive, stay active, and stay awesome. And we'll see you in the next one.